There we go. Hello everyone, White Mage Serenia here, welcoming you to this video that I did earlier today, in fact, of Emerald Weapon Extreme, Castrum Marinum Extreme, in Final Fantasy XIV, patch 5.4. Initially, I was just recording this fight to show a friend, because I'm not so good at explaining things, so I was originally gonna record it for a friend, and then just show them privately or whatever. But then I just got to thinking, maybe I'll actually post this on YouTube or something. And by the way, this is post-commentary, so yeah. This is not live commentary, because I was talking to said friend in Discord while I was recording it, and I didn't want, you know, that discussion in the recording, because, well, they didn't want to be in the recording either, so that's what it is. But it's whatever. Plus, this way, you know, I can watch the recording, and I don't have to think about doing the mechanics and talk at the same time. I can just watch the video and go from there. Yeah. Alright, so, this is the Emerald Weapon. As some of you might know, it's from Final Fantasy VII. It's one of the secret super bosses in the international release of the game, which, for US players, it's just Final Fantasy VII. Anyway, that little factoid's irrelevant. Anyways, here we go. So, one of the main differences between Emerald Weapon Normal and Emerald Weapon Extreme is actually coming up right here in the next little bit. Because after it does its Tank Buster, which is Emerald Shot, and then I think it does it follows that with a Optimized Ultima, which is coming up right now. And then, after it does Optimized Ultima, the first new mechanic of the fight actually shows up. Which is, there's going to be orbs, yellow or blue, around the edge of the arena. Each orb requires 2 people to soak, and you cannot take 2 of the same color. Because one gives you a physical vuln-up, and one gives you a magic vuln-up. So as you'll see here, and they're also tethered, so when you take out one, you take out the other one as well. Or you untether it, which can really mess things up. So that's a mechanic that you have to be very, very, very careful of. And what most people in the Party Finder have been doing lately, as far as which I should also mention, this is just day 2 of the patch. Emerald Weapon released yesterday, December 8th, 2020. This is December 9th, 2020. So, yeah. So, like I said, what Party Finders have been doing is they've been pairing 2 people up, for north, south, east, and west. 2 people on each quadrant. And essentially you will take one of the orbs, and then you'll either go clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on which orb is the opposite of the one on the cardinals. So, that's what you saw there. Now, here's the other... Well, this mechanic was in normal as well, but it's slightly different in extreme, because I don't remember the proximity markers for that in normal mode, but that one was virtually the same. The next one, however, introduces the plus-minus mechanic that I kind of predicted would happen when I was doing normal. But yeah, so it's going to have the plus-minus, and if you know anything about magnetism, opposites attract. And, of course, when they're the same, they repel. So what you see here is one's plus-minus, those 2 mines are going to attract, and then the ones that were minus-minus would repel, obviously. But that's not too bad. Then you got Emerald Beam again, and then from there... no, there is actually another new mechanic coming up from this as well, but this is identical to what it was in normal, so essentially just handle that as you did, so, Alright. Let's see what else. What's coming up? Yeah, another Optimized Ultima, of course. The first phase ain't that bad, I'll be honest. The second phase, on the other hand, gets stupid. But it's kind of easy once you actually know what to look for. Anyway, once he spawns the 6 hands, you want to be in the center, because he does the donut, as you see. This is spread. The tanks have to stack, everyone else has to spread. Yeah, because it's targeted lasers. That'll change in Phase 2, so be on the lookout for that. Alright, so here we go. This mechanic is different from normal, because in normal, the legs never stayed, so it was always the body. But in this case, the legs stay, and it does a point-blank AoE around it. And then the body does Air Tam Storm on the other corner there, which expands. So Air Tam Storm from Final Fantasy VII, if you remember, was Emerald's big super attack that dealt 1/1/1/1 for every equipped materia that character had. So, but in this, it's just an AOE that pretty much will kill you. Period. And once Emerald reassembles himself, he'll do another point-blank AoE, so that's why everyone was outside of the arena there. Or not outside the arena, but I mean outside of the boss's hitbox. It's a pretty wide one, too. Oh yeah, another... Now this one's going to have targeted AoEs markers right there, as you see. You want to point those away from the safe spot, so that's pretty self-explanatory. You know, you just get to where the mines are going to push apart. There you go. I'm kind of bad at explaining, but I'm hoping the video will actually speak for itself. If you want an actual in-depth guide, though, I would recommend probably MTQ, Capture, Misthack, or Mr. Happy if they've done them. There's another one. What's his name? Isaiah? Ira? Something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah. So here we go with the phase transition. Yeah, this is not an in-depth guide at all. Because again, this is day 2, and I'm not a tutorial guy. I'm just, like I said, the entire thing was just to show my friend the fight, and try to give them something to reference. And plus, I don't know. I guess I like more, or not organic. What would I call this? I guess personal. It's more of like a personalized viewpoint rather than a guide, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the word. I'm bad at English, apparently, even though it's my native language. Okay. So, we're just resetting here because cooldowns, I guess. You know, just like Ruby Weapon, I suppose. I don't like that, but yeah, whatever. If parties want to do that, then let them. Who cares? It sucks. It's stupid, but if they want their cooldowns, you know, gotta be optimized, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, there's several new mechanics in this fight, in this phase. Like, most of the mechanics are pretty much the same from normal, but with a new twist, so to speak. And I'll try to cover them as they come up in the video. Oh yeah, the one thing where the tanks have to stack and then everyone else spread, it is now a directional. It's not targeted lasers, so that's why we're all spread around the boss. Because it'll do, like with Hades, the you know, where it targets where you are and sends out a thing, and something like it. Yeah, as you see, it's kind of like Warrior of Light, where the LB2 thing. So it's a, I forget what they call that, like a directional thing. I can't remember the terminology, but it's not a targeted AoE. It's a line based on where you are, cardinal line, something like that. And then for that, in normal, you would see the long, like, AoE marker. You don't get that here. You just get the arrow, and then you have to kind of spread out, and so you don't get knocked into the goo there. This attack right here, if you don't know what to do, it's very intimidating, because it's, yeah. But what you want to do is you want to find the swords that drop third, and then wait for the first ones to go, and then just go to where the first one's detonated. Easier said than done, but once you figure it out, once you see what to do, it's not so bad. Yeah. So that one's way different than what it is in normal. Because in normal, every player got marked with a plus or a cross, and yeah. So that one, all the swords go into specific spots. I can't exactly tell you where they spawn, but there's multiple patterns. Just like I said, look for the ones that drop third, stand on those, and then move to the ones that dropped first. That's really the best thing I can tell you. This phase is a bit different, because if you notice, in normal, there was just a bunch of soldiers that spawn. Now it's sky armor. So what's going to do now is they'll get numbers across the top, as you see, based on the orbs there on their head. And they'll do, the mechanic is commonly known as exaflares, where it's a moving like a slinky fireball thing. So, and then a knockback from the center. The ads for that will always spawn on the left, the east. What? No, west. The west. Sorry. And the Magitech Reaper that does the knockback's always on the south, but you don't need to worry about him. Optimized Ultima, of course. I'm probably making this seem way more complicated than what it is, especially with my feeble attempt at trying to explain it, which I'm sorry about that. As I said, I'm not a tutorial guy. I'm just trying to explain it in layman's terms, I guess. But also the way that I'm talking kind of implies you know anything about Final Fantasy XIV. Which, I mean, if you don't, why you're watching this outside of wanting to support me, but that's besides the point. Anyway. So this is a bit different. This part is actually random with which part will stay. If it's the legs, it'll do the point-blank AoE, then the swords, and then the air tam storm over there. So again, you want to go to where the third ones drop, wait for that to, then wait for the first ones to detonate, and then move to the first ones. I got clipped there because, yeah, but whatever. I lived. Then Emerald will come back together. Now, you'll see that mechanic again, and it'll be the opposite of what it did there. But that is random. It just so happens that every time in this recording, it was always legs and then the body when that showed up later. This phase, I hate this phase. This phase, it's easy once you know what to look for, but so much can go wrong so quickly. Because this is called full rank. So you see you have the Sky Armors over on the west there, and then you also have all kinds of soldiers stationed around the edge. So you want to pay attention to how they spawn here. So you want to go to where there's the gaps. So, you know, they're in ranks of 3, so you want to go to the gaps. So right here, you know, and plus you got the Exaflares coming along the way too, so it's just like, and then you want to, you know, and that the pattern there is kind of random as well, so it's just all about paying attention. I hate that phase because so much can go wrong so quickly. But it's so easy once you know what to look for. Well, simple. I shouldn't say easy. Anyways. So, yeah, actually, that's pretty much the fight. Because after that, you get the classic ones from normal. The plus cross thing. So you just want to move those to the outside of the arena so that you create a safe spot towards the center. But like I said, that's pretty much the fight. And this is the opposite split from before. So when it's the body, you want to pay attention to what orbs light up on the side, because that's going to be the side strafe. And this one is also going to have a knockback. So what I like to do is when the third sword drops, I pop my Surecast right then and there. Because you don't have any time to, you know, you have to pop it around then or else you're gone. Now, some people might find it easier to get knocked back into the safe spot. Not me. It's just there's too much going on to think about it. So I'm just like, no, I'm going to go to the third swords and I'm going to pop Surecast. Because that's just how, that's how it's easy for me. But anyway, so there you go. That's the fight. But now, because after that when we started screwing up Royal, so I kind of want to try to show, like, what goes on when things go wrong in this fight. I was repairing real quick, of course. I was just checking to make sure that everything was repaired. I didn't hear you. Anyway. So this is what happens when you mess up the orbs. I had a very close call, but it didn't matter. Check this out. I live with 174 HP. Benediction, another one, blam! Yeah, boom. Game over. Next. Oh yeah, this I just wanted to show off because it's the transition if you die. Like this, if you wanted to quote-unquote skip the cutscene or see it from a different angle, you can, die and then you get it like this rather than actually all the cool transitions and stuff, but it's that. Like I said, I just wanted to show that off more than anything. That's what this clip's in there for. All the rest are like, yeah. Now, of course, you don't want everybody to die right before this, because if you do, it won't count. It won't save the checkpoint. That's the problem. So I don't recommend doing that. But I figured since this group was going to do the wipe reset anyway, figured why not. Plus, I wanted to see it myself. I just wanted to see what it looked like if you didn't get all the cool the cool camera angles and stuff. All right, here we go. This is I get really mixed up here, and I went to the. I was thinking go to the first swords and then wait for the third ones to blow up. I was backwards, but that's just the thing. You can get tripped up really easy, and that's why this phase, you know, that mechanic is a bit intimidating. Next. I forget what happened here, actually. Oh yeah, I was just showing that, you know, a couple of the party members got messed up by that. I think as well, this is also... Sorry. This is where, we screw up the full rank. Just to kind of show you how quickly things can go wrong there. But yeah, it... Oh, right, I forgot to mention before, if I didn't. The soldiers will always be north, and the sky armors will always be west. But yeah. So essentially, with the sky armors, you want to go to the 4th or the 5th one, while also dealing with the full rank. But it's tricky. It really is tricky. I screw up here because, you know, I wasn't paying attention to the exit player thing, and then I couldn't heal myself fast enough. Boom. All the razors are dead. So, it can go wrong really quick. Same deal here, just another clip of us messing this up. Or at least me. Blam. Yeah, see, I misread the pattern. You know. Oh no, I got hit by that again. But this one I don't think was a wipe. No, yeah, it was. I did manage to get the other healer up, but we reset it anyway. So, like I said, same thing. Just another example of that mechanic going wrong. This is the, I think this is where I actually got hit by Air Cam Storm. Is it? No, it's not. Or, it might be. Yeah, it is. Because I forgot how big that thing goes up, but yeah, boom, Air Cam Storm. And this is the Enrage. Another example of how this can go wrong. I misread the pattern on the north. I should have went back instead of going forward again, but oops. As I said, and that's why I hate the full rank phase. That thing can go wrong so quickly. But thankfully, in this case, it didn't end up being a wipe. And this is, well, I just want to keep this in because that was, you know, the second killing blow that I had with these guys before everyone left, so. And also, I died as well, so whatever. And there you go. The fight is quick, it's intense, and it requires a lot of attention. So you can't autopilot it unless you can. I don't know. I don't see average players autopiloting that. I really don't. But anyway, that's that for this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you found it useful. Hope you found it entertaining. But until then, everyone, thank you so much for watching. White Mage Serenia, signing off. Have a good day.